Greetings, I'm Whitney Olson. I'm a faculty member in the Department of English at Utah State University and a digital faculty consultant for McGraw-Hill Education. My academic background is in the areas of English, information science, and instructional technology and learning sciences. I've been using Connect for a number of years now, including the adaptive diagnostic and instruction tool. I want to discuss why adaptive learning is a worthwhile tool for grammar and mechanics in writing classrooms. First, I would like to address some research in English which suggests that teaching grammar does not translate to improved writing process and product. I do not wish to argue with this research, however I do wish to draw attention to the relationship between good grammar and mechanics and the ethos or credibility of the student writer. Approaching this relationship with a narrow scope, students who turn in papers with excellent grammar and mechanics in my course are much more likely to be perceived by me, at least initially, as having stronger ethos or higher credibility. While there are many other factors contributing to ethos and credibility, good grammar and mechanics is one of the easier and most basic tools with which I feel I can equip my undergraduate students. While there are a great many other tools I teach, grammar is one place I can connect with my students' existing knowledge in order to further their learning. I also find grammar to be an important place to discuss clarity and meaning with my students. Good writing requires conveying the best ideas with the best words in the best ways, and for some papers substantiated with the best research. But it is the best words and the best ways that I feel relate closely to grammar and mechanics. Since meaning clouded with poor grammatical choices may result in no meaning at all for a reader, grammar and mechanics are important to me in the way I approach teaching writing. This is not to say, though, that these concepts are the focus of my courses. In fact, grammar gets discussed infrequently in my classes because of the way the adaptive learning tool is designed to operate, which I'll discuss later in this video. So, while grammar instruction might not improve the writing per se, it certainly enhances the look and feel of a paper in tangible and important ways, namely in the student writer's ethos and meaning. Broadening the scope of my argument somewhat, as students move beyond my writing classes, they will write for other faculty members. And despite the movement away from grammar instruction in some writing programs, grammar and mechanics skills may still be expected of students emerging from their writing prerequisites. It concerns me to send my students on after my classes without at least extending them the opportunity to improve their understanding of grammar and mechanics so they might be perceived as clear and credible communicators. Along similar lines, when these students become college graduates, future employers of our graduates consistently report excellent communication skills as being one of the top skills they look for in degree-holding new hires. Grammar is just a sliver of that pie, but it is a part of it nonetheless. When I use the adaptive learning tool in my writing classes, I notice a marked difference in the grammar of my students' assignments and papers between the beginning and end of the class. I believe there are two reasons for this, and it depends on the student and his or her existing level of knowledge on grammar and mechanics. First, I believe students are actually learning grammatical and mechanical rules and applying them to their writing because of the tool. I've been told by a number of students in the many semesters I've used this program that they didn't realize how little they knew about English grammar and that they gained knowledge from it. Second, the program seems to remind and refresh students on the grammar rules they've forgotten about, or on which they've fallen out of practice. The fact that the program accomplishes these two things simultaneously is immensely helpful to me as an instructor, especially given that the tool is fully adaptive to each student's individual needs and understanding. The adaptive learning tool is designed in such a way that it is able to operate autonomously from the classroom if you wish it to. This is how I use the program, since writing, process, and product is the absolute focus of the courses I teach. Students take the adaptive diagnostic as a graded homework assignment, pass-fail in my classes, and work on the plan the program automatically assigns them throughout the semester, using the weekly planning tool built right into the workflow after students finish the diagnostic. Toward the end of the semester, I do another graded homework assignment to ensure that everyone has reached at least 75% completion, which I can easily view in Connect's reports. And the final grade for the assignment is pass-fail, whether they reached 100% completion with a mastery level of above 70%. If my students arrive at lower than this benchmark, I work with them individually to complete additional remediation, and I've never had to work with more than 1 or 2 per semester. When I poll my students at the end of the semester about their perceptions of the adaptive learning tool, I consistently hear that they feel they learned a lot, and that they didn't realize how much they didn't know. What this tells me, as their instructor, is that not only is the content and its presentation solid and helpful, students are also reflecting upon their knowledge and cognition, something that extends the capabilities of this program beyond others I've found as an instructor. Last, the tool is easy to use for my students and for me. Students follow a linear path through the plan, guided by the program and its instructional coach. For me, assignment setup is a matter of two simple steps. In the first, I decide how light or heavy I want the content to be and how much time students will spend with it, determine the topics I want the plan to cover or not to cover, and choose how many points the plan will be worth. In the second step, I decide to which sections to assign the plan, whether to share my particular assignment setup with other colleagues, and when the assignment is available and due. In all, the tool is clear, intuitive, and effective, and has been an excellent solution in my classes, from first-year composition all the way to upper division writing courses.